Hello everybody, it's Keith McKeever with McKeever Harmon Group and RE/MAX Preferred Choice. This morning I had the opportunity to go sit with the City of Peoria Stormwater Utility, and it was held at our Association of Realtors, and they talked to us about what some of their plans and programs are. Now, some of the highlights to point out is they're going to have a website, should be up in May. That will be where you'll be able to pay some of your bills from what I'm told. You can get more information on this, by the way, at onewaterpeoria.com. But what they're doing is a stormwater utility is going to have a fee per every 1,000 square feet of impermeable surface area on your property. Impermeable surface area would be things like the roof line of your house, garage, shed, driveways, and patios, things like that. Swimming pools would be the same thing, I believe. They did not specifically mention that, but I assume it would be. So they're going to give you a fee on that. Now, the fees, they said, is going to be $3 per 1,000 square feet in 2018 and 2019. 2020, that goes to $4. 2021, it goes to $5 per 1,000 square feet. After that, it will adjust with inflation. There's some credits that were mentioned. One of them that I found particularly interesting was the $50 annual credit on your bill if you have rain barrels. Now, they said 2 rain barrels. 2 of them, they're about 50 to 60 bucks a piece, not including tax and wherever you would buy it. So you're looking a little over 100 bucks. So a little over 2 years, you'd be able to pay for that. But you also have to factor in the fact that the water you're collecting should also reduce your sewer expenses and your sewer output. So it really would have an impact on that and the storm drains for the water. There's an environmental impact. There's a money savings impact. So it's a really good idea. It pays for itself in about 2 years. So why not look into it? The billing cycle will be quarterly. They will send you a separate bill. It does not, I repeat, it does not go on your tax bill. And they're getting your information as the owner from the tax records. So if you've changed your address and it's going somewhere else, you had problems getting your tax bill this year, something like that, make sure you check with the City of Peoria so you get that, because they will send you that bill. And if they don't get payment from you for a period of time, they said they will probably send it to collections, and after that they will probably put a lien on the property. A lot of that stuff is still being worked out as they're not really fully set up yet. They're not going to be set up and fully running with this until this summer. Obviously we're getting close as we have a 70-degree day finally, but that's some of the updates. I think it's really interesting when you think about the infrastructure that we have in our communities. A lot of these communities that we live in 100 years ago, horse and buggies were still going around. You know, the sewer lines weren't really there. The stormwater lines weren't really there. People were still using outhouses. And so you think about that, and you think about the age of these systems and how small they were because populations were less and homes were less. So you had 1 bathroom instead of 4. And you can imagine the burden that is put on these systems for stormwater and sewage. And we know that. I live in Pekin. Pekin has a serious problem with it as well. Peoria's got a problem that's been well documented for years. Matter of fact, the EPA is involved, kind of pushing some of this stuff. And so, you know, if you've heard about that with the combined sewer overflow, this is not a fix for that. This is just stormwater. This is helping manage some of that water going into that system. It has nothing to do with fixing that combined sewer overflow and that raw sewage that during wet periods does dump completely untreated and directly into the Illinois River. So, you know, it is not a fix for that, but it is a fix for some of the other, you know, not really a fix, but it is a possible solution to minimize some of the water in some of those areas. So it's a great idea. Rain barrels, rain gardens, they mentioned that. I still don't quite understand. I'm gonna have to Google that and YouTube that, exactly how to build a rain garden, but it looked really interesting. One thing to note there is if you live in the City of Peoria, I would keep that pretty well maintained, or an obvious rain garden so you don't get a city ordinance violation. Nobody needs that problem. Who knows? I'm just saying it could happen. Wouldn't surprise anybody. So there you have it. There's the city's stormwater utility in a nutshell. Some of the things that I gathered I thought that were important. I do have more information and more notes here, so you can always reach out to us and get more information from us. You could always send us an email, info@mhghomes.com. You could always send us a direct message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Doesn't matter. Send us a message one way or another. We will get it. And if you've got any follow-up things that you'd like us to film videos on for this, let us know, or other topics as always. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can get more great content from us in the future.